よし、引き続きやっていきましょうか。
Please let me out.
これでモーゲルかな、とりあえず。モーゲルに話しかけてみよう。
So, the police found a letter from Fabio in your pocket.
I cannot tell if it was truly in my pocket at all. Perhaps it was placed there later.
Well, that is one hypothesis. If it were true, then how did it get there?
No clue. But this night has been rather eccentric. Such a detail could have easily eluded me.
Indeed. Do you recall reading it?
I can't remember that either. But I tend to respect privacy. Reading others' personal notes is not one of my perversities.
覚えてないで通ると思ってんのか、こいつは。マティスタにも聞いてみようか。名前が入ってるから。
This is the letter the police found in Mr. Vogel's pocket. Fabio wrote it. Do you know anything about it?
I don't. Although I can feel Fabio's
何を言ってい
energy.
るんですか、だから。
It's there, but it refuses to let me analyze it.
まだある。
I have nothing to add. I have nothing to say. I don't know what to say.
なんか新しいのがあったよね。新しいやつなんだっけ、これか。
This book, The Power of Love, Blood, and Mandrake, what do you hope to achieve?
To learn more about the invisible strengths that govern us. Occultism is real. The master who fell that night when Fabio and I escaped. I made him fall. To learn, I cast a spell on him and it worked.
Or was it a coincidence?
The universe is rarely so lazy.
If you say so. Do you practice occult rituals?
For protection? For fortune? To wash away the ugliness of the world? Sometimes to survive. I have the gift, and I'm learning to use it better.
Did you use your gift on Fabio?
I only used white magic. Love charms lately. Fabio became so distant. I just wanted him to be with me. But I suppose I'm not as skilled as I thought.
謎ですね。
Do you recognize this book? Could Matista have borrowed it from your library?
She didn't ask me. How ungrateful.
The things described in the book were inspiration for the rituals you performed?
Do you really believe that blood, symbols, and incantations can resurrect the dead? They are just eerie tales with a mix of occultism and voodoo. My rituals are a stage to show some of the forbidden pleasures.
I've read this letter from Fabio. It had no addressee, but it was found in Mr. Vogel's pocket.
Werner? Strange. I didn't think the two of them corresponded.
I'm sure there is some explanation. Would you care to read it?
Call me superstitious, but I don't care to read a letter from a dead man.
これは OK だね。これも終わったんだけど、終わったはずなんだけど。あ、あったあった。
I recognize the key from the altar room among these.
なんじゃそりゃ。
Mr. Manchios says that you begged him to be included in the heritage. Isn't that a little extreme, even for a major domo?
He's not only my employer, he's my uncle.
あ、そうなんだ。
and I'm his next of kin. The only
親
one,
戚なんだ。
Mr. Manchos flatly refuses to pay a family member. All I have to do is repay his so-called love, cleaning up the filth after perverts and decadents. He's imprisoned me. The best I can hope for is a new broom. That's why I wanted to have my part of the inheritance.
Is it that bad? You have a roof above your head, a salary, and the status of a major domo.
For God's sake. I'm forced to dye and stitch my threadbare clothes, and the holes in my shoes are painful. I'm ashamed every time a guest looks at me closely.
Why do you think your uncle treats you this way?
My mother, my uncle's sister, had me illegitimately. She died, and I was given the surname of one of the maids.
But you are entitled to some of the money that belongs to your family.
He thinks not. I was not responsible for my mother's death. I work hard, and he pays me nothing. I feed
う
on the
ん、
leftovers.
かなりひどい扱いが。
While he wastes our estate's property on decadent parties. He paid Fabio handsomely and showered him with expensive gifts for their disgusting relationship. While
ファビオのことも嫌ってそう。でもう一回こいつに。
You'd better ask
あ、これじゃな
someone
い。こっ
else.
ち。
I've read the letter about your will. A harsh method of ridiculing Santos. I doubt he will use mustache wax when he wears no mustache to begin with.
Where did you get it? Is the slug here? Tell him I shouldn't have to provide for him. He's a grown man who shouldn't sit on his uncle's neck. He conceives himself as my only heir.
And who is he to you?
He's a leech on my aging body. He has only added problems to my life since the death of his mother.
I fail to see why you made him your major domo.
He needed to know his place, so I taught him.
うーん。よし、記憶の宮殿。揃ったんじゃないか、これで。犯人は自分自身を洗ったがこれか？あー。えーっと。うーん。カートはよく体を洗う。あ、これ違う。こっちかな？あれで変わりそうだね、結果が。犯人が誰かっていうのが。うんうんうんうんうん。どれだろう。はいはい。犯人は自分自身を洗った。靴は洗ってないってこと。手紙のせい。あ どっちだろうな。これ違うのか。怪我をした。こっちかな。うんうんうんうん。まだ行かないね。なるほど。
There is undeniable evidence that you were the original recipient of this letter.
What are you talking about? Is it addressed to me?
Your protege wanted a fresh start, it seems. This is sufficient to charge you.
Me? Hurt my star? Are you insane that you would accuse me of such a thing?
He did not consider himself as yours. Since you deny everything, let's move on. Do you have any idea as to how the letter could have ended up in Mr. Vogel's pocket?
You were the detective. Perhaps he took it from Fabio. Werner was a little high.
ボーゲルがファビオから盗んだと主張する。ボーゲルに話を聞く。
I have reason to believe that the intended recipient of the incriminating letter may have been Kurt Manchios.
Well, that makes sense. Too bad I can't remember how I came to possess it. Though I did spend quite some time with Mr. Manchios during the party.
Unfortunately, even with an answer, that may still not be enough to clear you with the police. But fear not, I will persevere.
I hope your attempt to put things straight will make up for...
You being on a bender?
touche.
ほいほいほい。この手紙まだ使う。
I can't wrap my head around such a...
待って、記憶の宮殿行くか、まず。むず、こっち。
I've nothing to say.
Could Fabio have written this letter to Kurt Manchios?
Oh, that could be. I never thought Mr. Manchios could make Fabio that angry, though.
What do you mean?
Well, Fabio wanted to disassociate
Ah,
from Mr.
そうなんだ、やっぱり。
Manchios. Clients who are in love are both a blessing and a curse.
But Fabio was here tonight.
Money. In our line of work, we can't afford to turn down clients who pay as well as Kurt Manchios.
Was Fabio afraid of Mr. Manchios?
Not at all. The old toad wouldn't dare to do more than sweet talk and touching. Talk can be forgotten, and touching washed away.
こうすると、なるほどね。そうなると、あれ？そうなるよね。 バティスタに罪を着せるため。ちょっと待て。ちょっと待て。まだ選択肢が出るはずだ。
This letter proves nothing. Fabio wrote it to Mr. Manchios. It's time to free Mr. Vogel.
Do you really think I'm that naive? I need proof, not words from his friend.
Very well. Mr. Pinchetti told me that Mr. Manchios was lavishing Fabio with expensive and eccentric gifts. The letter mentions rich rewards and attempts to buy Fabio with them. It was written to Mr. Manchios. Who else was showering Fabio with luxuries to buy him? It doesn't fit Mr. Vogel's character.
Look here. We had a deal. Give me the murderer and then take your friend with you. I won't budge otherwise.
Well, fine, but you're just wasting time.
これで証拠は全部だね。そうなると、何か変えると、こうすると、そうだよね。うんうん。わからんぞ、これじゃあ。カートマンチョスは、道楽のために準備をしている。こうすると、こうするとわかんないな。どっちかってことかな。カートマンチョスな気がするけどな。だって、サントスだった場合、ファビオを殺害するかってとこだよね。叔父に罪を着せようとした。ちょっとなんかやり方が回りくどい気がする。から多分とかで選んじゃってあれなんだけどさ。こっちだと思うんだよな。公主刑にするか、懲役刑にするか、そんなこともこっちで選ぶの？ファビを殺す気はなかった。そうなのかな。公主刑、若い子を殺害してるんだからな。こっちかな。よし。これで行くぞ。
The murder of Fabio did not have a ritual purpose, Mr. Manchios. It was staged by a man who wished to distract the investigation.
That might be true. That poor girl Matista wouldn't dare to kill the only man who cared for her. So, Santos.
Mr. Pinchetti snatched at the chance to solve his problems.
Ungrateful little scum. Will he be executed?
But what for? He informed the police as to the crime, that was all. He couldn't stage the ritual, but he found the body, I believe.
I can't believe it. Why did Werner do
お前だ、お前。
Mr. Vogel, he had no reason, and he won't be a scapegoat as you planned. You put Fabio's letter in his pocket when he was intoxicated, didn't you?
You can't be serious.
We can very often deduce someone's life by their shoes or their fingernails. You are a meticulous person, but this murder was fairly traumatic and filthy. After you stabbed Fabio, you were covered in blood. You panicked and neglected to rinse the soap from under your fingernails. The devil is in the details, Mr. Manchios.
Nonsense. I missed it simply because of the busy schedule of the party.
Of course, a staged murder was certainly not planned. You're at the twilight of your life. You have no partner, you have no children. You had feelings, however, for one man. That was Fabio. You loved him. That is, you wished to own him with money and gifts. But he was also a free mind, was he not? He turned his back on you. You loved. Quite unjust. Love, so cruel and painful, and Fabio, with his words and deeds, made you feel the more wretched. So you killed him.
You must surely perceive that my sensitive nature wouldn't allow me to hurt anyone.
You staged the murder as a satanic ritual. It was easy for you, since you were the one who wrote the scenarios for the parties. It was your way of avoiding suspicion. A respectable man in his 60s,
Early 60s.
who hosts the cream of Cordona's society, cannot possibly be a murderer. But the guests who behave like animals in his mansion, of course, one of them could have killed Fabio.
I did oversee a few of the rituals, but I did not stage Fabio's death.
うーん。うーん。
Fabio played with your feelings. That was painful to realize. You spent so much time and effort to be with Fabio, but he didn't respond in the way that you would have liked. You wanted to be loved, but Fabio shattered your dreams. In the smoking lounge, he teased and mocked you. He wanted you to suffer by offering himself to others. The deception was unbearable. You were passionate, and so you struck him. Once you understood your mistake, it was too late. You were afraid, so you staged the ritual. With such a story, you might be sentenced to a few years. It might clean your conscience, and soon the case will be forgotten.
No. No.
違うのか？
I'll talk to Constable Oswald to see what I can do.
ちょっと他の人にしたときどうなるのか。すんごい気になるよね。
I wish everything were different.
There's no fool like an old fool. Kurt Manchios did it. A young boy played with the heart of an old man. The latter couldn't handle it. The evidence I obtained clearly shows that the quarrel was not intended to end badly. It was an accident.
Showing pity towards your own kind, Holmes. Whatever.
All I'm saying is that prison won't take much away from an old and crushed man.
Fine. A big name like that will still give me a promotion. As for my part, not everything was in place. Perhaps some documents were transferred somewhere else, but I couldn't find a trace of them. Then I remembered. The discarded document drawers where we put the lost papers or the badly labelled ones, including the crime scene report of Violet Holmes's case. Everything I've found is on the desk here. Take it.
ありがとう。ありがとうだけど。
Saved me.
Yeah, well, we had a deal after all. Your friend is free then. You can leave.
今の事件が本当に犯人カートで正しかったのか、ちょっと謎でずっと気になってる。よかったのかな。5センチほどにわたる縦型の深い石灰の跡。石灰とかするのは医者だよね、やっぱね。単純に考えて。
garden. There's a garden behind our manor. How could I forget? That's where it all happened, where it all went wrong.
Sherry, it looks like you've almost found what you wanted.
庭。よし。じゃあ。
Oh, you did it, Sherlock!
Ah.
The case is closed and all rewards belong to the winner. Bravo!
It is merely the triumph of the truth.
Is it? No compromises? No lies? You're happy with your decisions?
いや、ちょっとわかんないけど、まあ。
It was the best decision I could obtain. The truth must be told in the way it is most acceptable.
You're making progress, Sherlock. I was right to believe in you. By the way, did you get that precious information about your mother? Oh, not that you must.
Yes, I did.
Forgive my intrusion in such a personal matter. I simply worry I'm failing to be of much help to you.
Actually, you were. For some reason, all the archives on the case had disappeared. This was a rare opportunity to obtain the impossible.
Outrageous. Perhaps someone found the truth unpleasant. Society usually rejects those who speak with too much honesty, doesn't it?
A comfortable lie is often preferred to an uncomfortable truth. Still, I believe that the latter should prevail, and I cannot remain silent.
That's quixotism at its best. Your mere truth cannot defeat institutions, systems, and power. Etiquette, religion, marriage, they're all lies told to preserve connections, love, and sanity, and it's all corruptible.
Lies destroy human dignity. How could you make a free decision without any knowledge of the truth?
Are we really free to decide anything in this world, Sherlock?
僕は自由じゃない。
I take your point. There are some limits on us all, some compromises we must make. Despite my best efforts, we cannot remain entirely objective.
I didn't want to sadden you, Sherlock, only to make you think beyond your boundaries. You're a walking contradiction, Sherlock. You refuse to lie to others, but constantly lie to yourself. How long until the train comes off the track? I cannot look away, but perhaps I should take a few steps back. You're an accident waiting to happen, dear. Until then, I shall bid you adieu.
よし。家に戻ろう。裏庭。屋敷の裏に大きな庭があり、1階にあるその入り口は1階にある。裏庭、あ、これだ。
Sherry, please listen to me. Sherry.
John, I always listen to you.
You don't have to do this. You don't have to go through. I
どうした？
don't know what is beyond this door, but I can feel it. Buzzing, angry like a fly at the window.
I know. I can sense it too.
You locked away this memory for a reason. There is only pain here.
Pain. And truth.
You do not need to suffer either. There is so much more we can do on Cordona, so many others we can help. There is no coming back from this. You do.
行く。
John,
行くしかないよ。
Animum, my brother, there is nothing more important in this moment than this truth. I know you fear for me, but my path was set long ago. I can no more step off it than I can ask the avalanche to roll back uphill.
And just. Please be careful, Sherry. I love you. Just.
Quite. Come on. We'll go together.
さあ、どんな真実が。よし。
Why didn't I remember we had such a big garden?
Maybe you forgot it for your own good. That's the descendant of a tree your father planted in London. correct?
Indeed, we planted the sprout here, and for a while it grew happily. Alas, it seems without us here to care for it, it didn't survive.
お、なんかあるね。あ、これは調べられない。
Ah, yes. The statue of Merope. My mother was trying to restore it. Pity she never had the opportunity to finish.
走れませんね。庭に来てから走れなくなってますね。あ、なにこれ。え、怖いんだけど、そういうのやめてほしいな。怖い系やめて、本当に。
That's from Mother's favorite tea set. What is it doing in here?
おっと。いや、怖っ。やだ。ちょっと本当怖い系は本当に嫌なんだけど。なんだ。
Come here, Sherry. Hurry.
なに。え、なに。あ、ちょっと待って。何よ。
What are you thinking about? Is everything all right?
何今の。
What are you thinking about? Is everything all right?
何が起きたかさっぱりわからんだけど。あとはなんか聞こえる。あ、これあれか。カッターベンチだ。やめて本当に。
Don't go, Mother, wait. I remember this artifact from Mother's collection.
ほうほ
Mother's work journal. I liked poring over the detailed pages and reading about my parents' collection.
う。まだだ。これ何なのよだから。どこ？こっち？あ、違う。どこ？どうしたらいいのこれ。
Here it is. We'll just borrow it for a while.
Did you hear that? Someone's coming.
あの時のやつね。
Take a peek. You call this progress? Charlotte, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
Any result is progress, even if it is a worsening of her condition. It informs my...
No. I have made my decision. She must be sent to a legitimate medical facility. I will not let her hurt Sherlock.
What? Master Holmes, you do not understand.
That will be all. I expect you to have left the house by week's end.
なんだ。
Sherry, say something. Can you hear me? You're scaring me.
いや、俺もめっちゃ怖くなってきたよ、本当に。どこ？あそこにいる。もやもやしてんのがすんごい怖いんだけど。
I'm here. Come closer.
Coming, Mother. This was from my mother, wasn't it? I remember how we came to the garden for a breath of fresh air.
お母さん。後ろ姿が
Take me to my
美しい。
flowers, Sherry. They must already be in bloom.
As you wish, Mum.
花咲いてるよ、そ
You
こに。
missed the fresh air, didn't you?
Terribly.
あそこか。
The sun is far brighter than I remember. But I like it.
We can walk each day from now on, if you want.
That would be wonderful.
あ、ここじゃない。さらに向こう。
Just
あ、こ
look
こ。
at them. The stars of the earth. Even the sky must be jealous of their beauty.
Indeed. Mother, would you like to go around the water?
That would be perfect. I always wanted such a nice pond in London. It looks so peaceful.
Mycroft knew you would like it.
We should put some fish in it, don't you think?
How about some carp?
That's a nice idea.
ぐるっと一周するのかな。
Let's visit your father's tree. It grows so fast, just like you.
We could even build a tree house in it.
Yes, Sherry.
これまだお母さんおかしくなる前ってことだよね、多分。病状が悪化する前だよね。
Speaking of your father, could you call him out?
ああ、いや
Mom,
もうそうだね。ちょっと病状来ちゃってんね。
I'm sorry. He passed away. He's gone.
もう来ちゃってんね。
No, he's not. I'm telling the truth. Did you forget again?
No, don't you dare say such things.
あ、やばいやばいやばい。あ
You are a liar like all the
あ、ダメだ。
Don't call me that. You are fooling me.
No! Mom, it hurts!
My son would never lie.
Mom, stop!
Who are you? Reveal yourself.
Please stop! It's me, Sherlock!
You are not my Sherry.
やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。あ、やばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。本気でやりに来てる。おっと、あ、何今の流れでなんかお母さん亡くなったって感じ。そっか、死んだ時濡れてたって書いてあったもんな。はいはいはいはい。紅茶を運んだ。いや、そんなことはないんじゃないか、さすがに。こうするとはいはいはいはいはいはい。で、これをこうすると 待ってな。こっちかな。さすがに気管切開を行おうとした後、こっちだと思うんだよね。そうだよね。いや、こっちだと思うな。で、これもジョンかな。だからこうジョンがこうなんか止めに来たり、ちょっと真実に近づくと様子がおかしくなってきたんじゃないかなっていう考えですね。まあ多分皆さんプレイして違う感じになると思うんだけど、私はこっちで行く。これだ。っていうかこれで終わりか、もしかして。
Sherlock. Sherlock. Can you hear me? Come on, wake up.
Get off me.
Sherry,
You knew, and more than that, you hid it from me.
you couldn't bear the truth, Sherlock, so I shouldered it for you. I took your pain, your horror.
You. It was your idea. The sedative, that was you.
She was hurting us. Sherry, I couldn't bear to see you suffer.
So you killed my mother. My worst impulses, my darkest thoughts, they're you. You were a lie, John, a fiction, a crutch.
No, I was a friend.
マイクロフトが来たね。
Please.
Sherlock,
What?
are you okay?
I don't know.
I told you not to come, Sherlock. Where is he?
Who?
Your friend, John.
He's beside you.
Was all this worth it? Is he worth it?
Why is he here?
I think, in his own way, he was trying to protect me. A truth I couldn't bear. But now I must face it.
あ、消えちゃう。消えた。あ、まだいた。
Whoa, 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 Sherry. What are you doing?
There is only one way through.
Through what? What do you mean?
My entire life, my work, my mind, has been compromised by a malignant force, by a perversion of rationality. By you, John. You're a tumor. You're a poison. And like a tumor, you must be excised for the health of the patient.
No, this is the lie, Sherry. I protected you. I am your friend, your brother. No, you know me. You know me. I was always there for you. When your mother lashed out, I took the hit. When you were alone, I held you. You know, she was sick. She needed to calm down. I helped her.
You killed her.
No. Yes. No. But it was not meant. Please. Please. I'm scared. No.
I know.
あー、マジか。
Are you all right?
I think, on the balance of things, no.
That is good news. To be unaffected by today's events would place you in a different pathology entirely. Your time on Cordona is over, Sherlock. Tomorrow we shall board a vessel back to London, and all this, it stays here.
He's gone, Mycroft. I needed to take control. He would help me, but it was a lie because. But he's gone. I knew he was wrong. Do you see? I am free. I just had to act.
Yes. In that respect, you are your mother's son.
Ah, 多分マルチエンディングなんだよね。あそこで犯人を選ぶってことは。
Why are you here?
Closure, I suppose. And to help a friend.
You and I are not friends. In a race between the thawing of the ice caps and our friendship, I would buy a boat.
Ha! Is that right?
I can see it now. I know what you did.
What did I do?
You needled me. From the moment we met, you were searching for weakness. You pushed me to pursue the truth about my mother. You questioned everything I did, everything I believed, to break me. To blur truth and fiction, reality, morality. A saboteur in silk. Was it vengeance, Werner? Or do you prefer Klaus?
あ、クラウス。
You are Klaus Richter.
そうか。
Otto's
こいつが。
You hold me responsible for his end.
Ha! There was no love lost between me and my brother. I am sure you can relate. Otto was merely the gravity that pulled me into your orbit. Or you into mine. Once I met you, I could not keep away.
Why? What reason do you have for all this?
To help you.
You're lying.
To show you that you were wrong.
More lies. I know you now, Werner. Try again.
To see what had happened. Or is that yet another untruth? Does it matter? Take your pick. Who cares? You're my masterpiece. I turned Sisyphus into Ozymandias. You could not see the futility of your quest until I helped you to let go of the rock. And now, nothing beside remains.
I remain. Despite you and to spite you.
It is a matter of will and power now. Will you overcome this, or shall you decay? Oh, on that note, I brought you something.
I want nothing more from you.
When one wants for nothing, Sherlock, the best thing to get them is something personal. So, here you are. Now, please excuse me, but the gallery calls. I'm already conceiving my next project.
お、どんな絵だこれは。シャーロックだよね。
You really are beautiful.
I am all right. I returned to London and enrolled at Cambridge University. Their professors leave something to be desired, or perhaps I simply lack the interest in all but a few lectures. I prefer to spend my time at the local hospital pursuing things of practical use. Medical research, chemical tests and the like. Empirical truths. I try not to think about you. I try not to think about anyone unless
この出来事を乗り越えて
investigation.
偉大な探偵に
I've started to
なっていくんだ。
help their menial mysteries. It keeps the mind occupied. I cannot risk otherwise. I'm not like her. I'm not like you. I am all right.
I found it! I found it! I found it! And what is that?
お、誰だ？ジョン。
How far, bruises may be produced after death. How are you? You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive.
How on earth did you know that?
Never mind. The question now is about bruising. No doubt you see the significance of this discovery of mine.
It is interesting, no doubt, but practically...
Why, it is the most practical medico-legal discovery for years. Had we these data sooner, hundreds of men would have paid the penalty for their crimes. Why, cases oft hinge upon how a man died. Now, we can know which wounds he suffered alive, which occurred post-mortem, and what instrument was responsible. Cases, and ergo, one will soon be able to calculate with utmost precision when and where death occurred, sparing the innocent and damning the guilty. And
Well, then you are to be congratulated.
Indeed. But, you came here on business.
Correct again. I am looking for someone with whom to take diggings, and heard you were complaining that you could get no one to go halves with you.
I have my eye on a suite in Baker
ああ、やっぱり
Street.
ワトソンか、これは。
Don't mind the smell of strong tobacco, I hope?
I smoke ships myself.
そうだね。
Good enough. I get in the dumps at times, and don't open my mouth for days on end. Just let me alone, and I'll soon be right. That's what have you to confess now. It's best for two fellows to know what bruises each other carries before they begin to live together. My last companion and I...
Well, I object to rows because my nerves are shaken, and I get up at all sorts of ungodly hours, and I am extremely lazy. Well, I have another set of vices when I'm well, but those are the principal ones at present.
Do you include violin playing in your category for rouse?
It depends on the player. A well-played violin is a treat for the gods. A badly played one...
Oh, no, that's all right. I think we may consider the thing as settled. Oh, forgive my manners. My attention wavers. Sherlock Holmes.
Dr. John Watson.
うん。なるほど。これでベーカー街に行って、シャーロック・ホームズとしてのまた新たな物語が、ワトソンと二人の。続き気になる。気になるっていうか、早く作ってほしいね。作ってるのかもしれんけど、わかんないけど。これがチャプター1だから、もし今次が出るとしたら、ベーカー街でのなんか事件っていうことになるかな。ストーリーはあれですね、意外に短かったですね。結構早めに終わったかなっていうところがありますかね。まあでもまだサブの事件とかやってないから、ちょっとこれからそっちを進めていこうかなと思いますけど。しちゃって大丈夫かな。よし。で、コンティニューするとどっからなんだ。ああ、なるほど。 あ、こっからなの？ちょっと待って。ちょっと、これもしかして、戻れないな。そうか。じゃあ、一回ゲーム切って、ロードしてやる必要があるか。これ大丈夫か？どこでセーブしたっけ、俺。やばいかもしんないね。まあいいや、一旦今回これで終わりますね。残った次元とかもこの後やっていく予定なので、よければご覧ください。それではありがとうございました。